Elijah, do you want to do the reaction or the description
Of what
of
the
what
movie?
American
The movie?
Skin is, or do you want me to do
I'll read the description for sure.
and then we'll go deep.
I pray for vision, I pray for wisdom, I pray for weapons against the system. I pray for freedom to feed the victims, to heal the brain, no pain inflict them. I pray for real, I pray for real. I talk to God, then wait for real. Can't fake the fall, can't fake the feel. I pray for fun, I pray for real. I pray for y'all. I pray for y'all. When I hadn't been on TV and I hadn't seen the CG, how they using every movie, everything ain't always PG. Sometimes it get kinda creepy when you looking out the window. You the one holding the squeegee, who the one that's gonna clean up all of this mess? Big ball in distress. We gon' say his name one day. I wish you all the best. I give y'all a guess, answer every test. All I did was rush. I promise he did all the rest. I pray for vision, I pray for wisdom, I pray for weapons against the system. I pray for freedom to free the victims.
Oh, okay.
Oh, we're about to start.
I pray for real, I pray for real. I talk to God, then wait for
Hello, everyone. Welcome to CYA Confessions of a Young Adult. I'm your main host, Cedric Carter, Minister Cedric Carter. Then we have my co-host,
Elijah Elijah Peterson.
Today we have two guests on the show. We have Taya, Miss Taya, that's sitting to my right, and then to Elijah's left we have Shakole. We have a lot that we're going to dig into on this show, but before we get started, we want to say we miss you guys and thank you all for tuning in. We've been gone for 3 weeks, but we're back live in action with a good show on our hands with some good topics that we're going to talk about. Before we get to the next part, I want to talk about the golden rule, which is Matthew 7 and 12. So whatever you wish that others would do to you, you also do to them, for this is the law of the prophets. That is the scripture that we have for this show, which I say at the end of the show, which really means if you want me to respect you, please show respect towards me. That's the simple way to look at that scripture. But how y'all feeling today? You know, the two guests. Elijah, how you feeling?
I'm pretty good, man. I'm pretty good. You know, still trying to get them 2 hours back from Vegas. You know. So.
Oh, how was Vegas?
It was a lot of walking, man. A lot of walking.
Yeah.
I didn't expect that, but it was fun overall. It was fun.
What hotel did y'all stay at?
Wyndham.
Wyndham. Okay, cool. And Shakole and Taya, how y'all feeling this evening? Good. Y'all don't sound good. Y'all sound all dry. Can we get a little energy up here? But yeah, we have a lot we're gonna get into on this show. We thank y'all for participating in our show. First, we're gonna talk about the reaction video we have. I don't know if we have it, but on our last show, we talked about American Skin. There's a movie about a father and a son who were pulled over by two cops, white cops, and the situation escalated, and it got into where his son, I believe was 14 if I'm not mistaken, was killed by the cop, and then you know what happens after that. I'm going to have Elijah read y'all the description of the reaction video or what the movie is and some of the characters that are in this movie.
All right. American Skin. I don't know if y'all watched the last show, but we showed a little preview video of, you know, what the movie was about. But this is the description. It's a 2019 American drama film written and directed by Nate Parker. I don't know if y'all know who Nate Parker is, but he makes a lot of, I guess I'm going to just say, black controversial movies that a lot of people don't disagree with, but whatever. It stars Parker, Amari Hardwick, Theo Rossi, Shane Paul McGee, Milani Jackson, and Bu Knapp. I'm sorry if I didn't say their names right. And it follows a Marine veteran who works as a school janitor that takes matter into his own hands after his son is killed by a police officer. As said.
And that movie, if you haven't seen it, is out on Prime Video, Amazon Prime. Mm-hmm. But before we get into that, I want to allow our guests to introduce themselves. I know I said their name. So first, Taya, if you would like to introduce yourself. I know it's just for the people that's looking on the camera. Don't be too shy. Just be yourself.
My name's Taylor. I was 7-month-old named Day King.
Bay King.
Day King.
Day King. Okay.
Yeah.
And how old are you again?
Oh, I'm 23.
23. Okay. You from Texas,
Yes,
Dallas,
born and
Texas?
raised, yes.
Oh, okay. She born and raised. She said that, didn't she? And what about you, Shakol?
My name is Shakol McCoy. I'm 27. From Odessa, Texas.
She said Odessa, not Oak Cliff.
No, nobody says they're from Odessa.
Well, she just said
Really?
she from Odessa.
Wait, what's wrong with Odessa? I ain't never heard of it.
Nothing.
It's the country.
Oh, okay.
Odessa Premium.
Odessa Premium.
All right.
Panthers.
You said you were 27 from Odessa, and anything else you would like to share with those who are on camera? Looking at us now, that's all. Okay, well that's all we get. Taylor is 23, with the 7-month named The King, and Shakol is 27 from Odessa, Texas. But as we dig into our topic, our first topic about American Skin, what do y'all think about that movie?
Hold on. We moving a little bit too quick. All right, so both of y'all are businesswomen, correct?
Correct.
All right, tell me a little bit about y'all business or where y'all work at. You don't have to give me like details. You ain't gotta say your job name. Just give me like a little
They
basic.
gonna look like what you.
I do That's it. Like you do lashes, you do hair. Give me something.
I was very shocked by that.
I'm sorry. That's my job. I'm here to shock people.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I party plan and
Oh, okay, that's what's up.
I cater as well. Go online to Coco's Creation.
Look at you.
Instagram.
She got a whole website.
Yeah,
she don't even want
did a
to.
whole
She
She don't want to
introduction.
tell nobody about this whole website she got. She ain't trying to get no business. Nah, go
go
ahead.
check
What's
it
the
out.
name of your website?
It's Coco's Creation. It's on Facebook and Instagram.
Coco's Creations. All right, we're going to need the producers to put that in the description.
And she does party planning and she does catering.
They work together.
Oh, okay. You got something you want to say about the business? Is it stressful? Y'all got some clients who be...
How long have y'all been in business? Yeah.
I want to say about 2.5 years, 3 years.
Okay. So what was the?
Because it never started off as a business. It just started off as something to do.
Yeah, that's how it always starts.
Oh, it wasn't a official business, but y'all was still making money though. I'm sure y'all weren't doing it for fun.
Yeah.
Y'all was doing it for fun? Really? Well, what's so fun about it?
You spend other people's money.
Well,
That's honest.
that's a way to,
That's
you know what I
honest.
mean?
I mean, as long as they pay for it and you decorate it.
Well, for sure. Is this something that you had always wanted to do, or was it a new passion that you found as you got older, or what?
Definitely as I got older. Because I tried a lot of different things when I was younger. That was not one of them.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah, Ted, you hiding behind the mic, just your head down.
is that something that you
So
want to do?
y'all work together, right?
Yeah.
Yes.
All right. So it's just y'all two, or y'all have other people that's on the panel as well, or?
It's just us two.
All right. So Taya, how do you feel about being a part of Coco's? Is it what Coco's what, creation? How do you,
Goofy.
who started it? Shakol started it. And how did you feel when she brought the idea to you?
Great.
Why was it so great?
You get to have help people out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Y'all both like helping people.
Yeah.
So for an example, have y'all done a bunch of caterings or party plannings for people?
Yeah, we just did about 4 this past weekend.
Oh, really? That's really good. So what goes all into the details of party planning? Is there a structure y'all have? that y'all try to follow, or do y'all just go by custom and whatever they like, or whatever, you know? With y'all being official now, you know? Taya?
We go by both.
Yeah?
Yeah.
But what's the structure though?
I mean, we can go by what they want, but then they also ask us what, like our input, you know. So we just put it
Do
together.
y'all get a lot of pushback when y'all put y'all's input into things, or what?
No, no.
They're very advocate on what y'all want to put into the party or whatever.
Yeah.
So what's the most fun party planning y'all have done for and catering for someone?
An anniversary.
Was it a marriage anniversary?
Yes.
Oh, and so what made that one so unique?
It was different. It was probably the biggest one I've done. And I was really close to the people, so I kind of enjoyed it.
For sure, you had more of a personal thing with it, so you want to make sure they got the good. You know what I mean? Oh, okay, that's good. That's what's up. You got any questions, Elijah?
Nah, are y'all good? Y'all done talking about y'all business? She don't even want to talk about her business. I
I
don't even know
know.
why.
Ted, you
But
need to-
anyway,
we
you got
need-
kids. We're going to talk about
you need to get
her
on Taya,
daughter or son? You said daughter, son, right?
the king.
So,
Shako, you have any kids?
do you think you want to talk about racial injustice with your kids as they get older?
Yeah,
Yeah? Why?
because they need to know that about how this world is now.
See, I'm the opposite. I have 2 kids, 2 boys,
You
and
gonna blind them
I don't
the whole way?
teach them about racism. I feel like to end racism, we got to stop talking about it.
That's impossible.
You got to stop talking about it.
Why?
Because I feel like if we keep preaching about the white man this, the white man that, they already got it in their head that the white man is going to be a certain way.
That's not true.
No, that's not true because
That's
that's
just how I took it when my
Oh,
mom
well,
was like the white man.
Yeah,
you're
but you
right.
can't speak
Everybody
for
is
everybody.
entitled
Yeah,
to
for
their
sure.
own
Yeah.
opinion. But I just believe that it's going on today to silence it would to be like it doesn't exist, and it does.
I can get with that.
And it no.
Yeah.
I can't see my son blinded. Son, that's he walking into.
I mean, yeah, if he gets
Yeah.
into a situation where he's treated a certain way because of his color, yeah, I'll teach him.
No, I wouldn't-
Tell him about
I
that
wouldn't-
situation.
But I mean, you can't teach them as if every white man is a bad person.
Yeah, I wouldn't go into it trying to stir him into.
Yeah, you
Hey,
gotta
this
say it's
is
certain
what
people,
you know.
certain people that's gonna do certain things.
You just know right
Mm-hmm.
from wrong.
Okay. You got something to say about that?
I just don't know why you would feel like it needs to be silenced. That's actually shocking, knowing you.
So Elijah, if you tell your son after something happened to him, you don't think that's too late?
Not at all.
Like how you then at that point you got to cram like centuries or something
Yeah.
into
All right, I need an example
well,
of like
okay, wait.
something that could happen to him.
like just like on the movie.
I was just gonna say that because
What, he dead? What can they say?
All right,
Let's get
if y'all
them
want to
on.
go to the movie, did the boy? All right, if the boy hadn't had all the knowledge that he had, talking about he can record, I'm entitled to this.
You are
You know,
entitled.
treating the white man because he was white. He was treating him a certain way because they was white. You know. So
I
if
don't
he
know.
hadn't known
So
or
do you
had that
think if
knowledge,
it-
would he have done the same thing, holding the
But you
phone,
also
trying to
you
record
have to
all his
record, and
nonsense?
that's not just with a white man.
You
You
don't
can do it
have
with a black
to.
man.
You don't
Okay,
have
so so you believe if it was a black cop, he wouldn't have started recording?
I believe that black cop on that show probably would have shot him too.
so you.
Oh, that's not the question though.
So
The
basically,
question is, do you think if it was a black cop, he wouldn't have started recording a black cop? We ain't talking about the shooting yet.
Ooh, that's a tough. No, honestly,
Why?
no.
If the cops are treating him wrong,
Because a black cop probably wouldn't have done that extreme of what they did. So it
I
probably
mean,
wouldn't have went that far.
Any cop is gonna be extreme if you have a camera in their face.
So if you
recording.
like when
So
you
you-
get pulled over, are you looking at is it a white cop or a black cop, or are you just like it's a cop?
It's a cop.
Period.
cop, I feel
but
like
you.
I
but-
agree with that. All right.
But when they pull me over, I don't. The amendment and the laws just don't go away. Not they the people just like we are.
I get
I don't.
that.
I'm not.
A wise man
understand
told me just
obey
because you
and
can
tell-
do it, don't mean you should do it.
So that means
I'm not gonna put
the
myself
law
in a
goes
position.
out. The law. How's he above you though?
He's not. He's not.
You saying that? You saying when?
No, I'm saying I don't want to put
when-
myself in a position to possibly be shot
You
because I
shouldn't
want
have
to
to put
record.
yourself in
You may be
position
shot
if you
in or
be
whether you-
That's
yourself.
true. That's true.
Just
That's true.
cause
Yeah, he could have just walked up and just shot you because he just felt like
he
it.
just felt like.
So y'all believe it was in his mind that he wanted to shoot that man?
I mean,
Are
he
you
was
saying
doing
in
the
the
right
movie?
thing.
Are we speaking on the movie
Yeah,
or
we're
just in
speaking on the
general?
movie.
I mean, you gotta understand. Okay, you in the car. I mean, you in the car with your father, and two cops just walk up to your car on both sides. What you gonna do? You just gonna sit there and just look? Okay, no, you gonna be nervous. You gonna pull a camera out to let them know? Cause I mean, when you go to jail, it's your side against theirs, and they're gonna win. So that's
Period.
your proof
Regardless,
right there. Right,
video,
but that's
no
your
video.
proof on
We've
the
seen this a
video.
million times.
But I don't believe
Video
he,
ain't gonna do nothing.
I don't believe that man shot the kid because he wanted to. I think that man shot the kid because that's what they want him to do.
Yeah.
Because when he get
That's what
nervous,
they trained to do.
when they
Yeah.
get nervous and they panicking, first of all, you the one with the gun. Why are you nervous?
Right.
No, for real though.
You in all control.
But that's what they want him to do, so that's his first mind to do. It wasn't the second. I mean, the first mind wasn't to speak about the situation or it was you in the wrong. Period. And first of all, they had the insurance.
Was it? It was the wrong insurance though.
Right, but they didn't give them
the car
chance.
actually had insurance.
They didn't give
Oh,
them the
they didn't.
chance,
Yeah, yeah,
yeah.
for
Which
sure. The
they
cops
didn't
didn't do
even
the
know. Yeah, they didn't
proper
even- yeah.
procedure. Correct. I
and
agree.
they
I
wasn't
agree with that.
faulted. But
No,
now,
I
that's
agree
crazy.
1000%. So since we're diving into the specifics of the movie now, let's so Elijah gave the description on what American Skin is. So with how do you feel the whole situation should have played out? Do you feel like it should have just been a regular
You mean the
traffic
pullover?
stop?
Yeah,
The
it should have been a
pullover,
regular
or-
traffic
The pullover
stop.
should never happen. If we talking about the facts, it should
but
never
if they
happen.
did, but you gotta think twice. Like you gotta think, okay, well, you know, cops just stop you just to stop you.
Yeah,
Half of the
for
time,
sure.
They ain't got nothing to do.
For sure.
So, I mean, like, what they did was overboard. Cause y'all could have just stopped, asked for the insurance. They didn't have insurance. Okay, can you look again? You know, they ain't give them all the time.
All right, here's my problem. If your parents are telling you, put the phone down, are you gonna be disobedient and continue to record because it's
Depending
your
on
right?
the situation, you see how rude he was when he was telling him. When his dad was telling him to put the phone down, you see how rude the cop was already doing it. He was
I
already
get that.
yelling at him
But,
before
I
the
mean,
dad
your
said
parents got
something.
more knowledge than you do.
I
Right.
probably would have put the phone down once I seen he got
So,
the gun
so,
down.
so check this out. Like,
'Cause that-
if he was a privileged kid, right? That's
If
how
he
he
was
grew
a
up.
who?
He grew up as if he was privileged, right? Like he had all this knowledge, this, that, and the third, right? So if he felt so confident in the law,
Too comfortable.
why was he recording when he got pulled over in the first place?
Well, he wasn't recording at first.
I thought he was.
No,
think he was
he-
on
I
his
think he
phone
started
already.
recording
No,
when
he
his
started-
dad got pulled out.
Oh, I must have missed that part.
Yeah, that's the part I couldn't
I thought
figure
he
out.
did-
At what point did he start
Yeah,
recording?
I thought he didn't start recording
Until his dad got out the car.
Yeah, until his dad got out
No,
the
he
car.
was already.
He was already
recording
recording.
in the
Oh,
car.
sure?
Right.
Yes, when
I-
they
I
got
believe
stopped,
he was
had
already
pulled
recording.
his camera out.
Oh, I
See,
must-
I'm
I
thinking the
must have
cop
missed that
pulled the
part.
gun out because
If you
his
watching
pocket-
tonight and you know
Looking
if
for a
you
black
when
phone.
the boy was recording, make a comment and let us know what you remember.
I thought it wasn't. Oh, so it wasn't acknowledged until his dad got put out the car. The cops didn't
Well, when
acknowledge.
he
no.
got out the car, he seen that he was still recording.
Yeah,
He seen that
because-
he had it in his hand.
Because at first he thought he was grabbing for a gun or something. He thought he just had like a gun in his hand. He kept saying no, it was a phone. It's
But
just
he
a
can
phone.
clearly see it
Right.
was
You
a
can,
phone.
yeah, you can clearly see light.
Oh.
But it's you gotta
But
think
since
about
he
it. Two
didn't
guys
listen-
against two black guys. Which I think two white, two black.
Yeah.
White people gonna get fear like, oh, okay, these black people finna attack us or something.
And that's why I think most people do record, because they can say they were resisting arrest or they was doing this, and that's why we shot them. When it's clear as day, you shot them. You
So let me
feel
ask
like you
y'all
didn't have
this
no
then.
rock.
So do you think, since we're in the social media age now, quote unquote, do you feel that people bringing their phones out causes more issues than it does de-escalate issues?
I believe it brings awareness.
Yeah, but do you think it creates a bigger issue if one is recording?
Why should it? If you can do the same thing off camera that you can do on camera,
Right.
why should it matter?
Yeah, no,
Because you're bringing awareness to what's really going on.
And they have cameras too.
But
so,
theirs get adjusted
Right.
and altered and edited.
well, no, for sure, but I'm saying just from a general standpoint, do you think it is a good idea for people to, of course it brings awareness to the situation, or if it escalates to the point of where that footage needs to be brought in court or whatever, before it gets to that point, do you think it's okay for people, regardless black, white, whatever, to bring out their phones in the middle of that situation?
Yeah, because at the end of the day, they could present you something that's not even true.
Okay, I would say it like this. I've been pulled over before, and the first thing I do is I either call my mom or I will record. Now, I'm not saying I'm going to pull up Instagram or Facebook and just
Yeah.
start going live.
Yeah.
But I will record. I either put my phone down or I'll instantly call my mama, hey, if something happened, this was going on.
Right. Let them know what's
But
going on.
do I honestly trust just getting pulled over?
No, not
Not at
now.
all.
No, I don't.
Not now.
Not at all.
All right, my question to you is, are you recording for good video quality, or are you recording just to get the conversation?
For my safety.
Just to get the conversation, right? See, nowadays, people all up
Yeah, see, that's
Yeah,
why
you
I
don't have
asked.
just
to
doing
do
the
all
most,
that.
Some
like
people
trying to get
do
the best
it
video.
for it to escalate. No, for it
It's
to
like-
escalate to something else. Not everybody's
That's
that way.
provoking the police to do that, but I mean, you
So that's
can,
why I
yeah.
asked. So
But
that's
you
why.
can't just sit there and listen, because they
Yeah.
can sit here and say, oh, they was being nice, they wasn't being rude to you, when you have the audio of them being disrespectful, you know.
You recording me, why I can't record you?
For sure.
Yeah.
For
I
sure.
got you.
So we have a comment from Darius Walker. When do you think it first went left? Oh, that's a good question.
When the cop thought he grabbed a gun.
No,
That's
I thought it went left before that.
I think it went left when he asked the kid to get out the car, because when he seen his kid
Oh, well,
had
yeah.
to get out the car, that daddy wasn't trying to have that.
I think it first started going left when he asked the dad to get out the car.
I think so.
Yeah, because at that point it was like, for what?
Oh.
Right, I gave
You
you,
know what
the
I mean?
insurance paper.
Yeah.
All you had to say was, okay, this is not the right insurance, do you have another one?
They never went back to the
Yeah.
cop car to even read the insurance.
Mm-hmm.
All
Or
he
the
saw
license
was
plate or anything.
none of that. All they saw was the expiration date on the insurance card was wrong. But then the dad came back and said, that must be an old copy. I think I have another one. But he didn't allow him to go reach for another one. So that's when I think it first went left. When
So do you think that it would have went as far as it did if they would have just complied with the officer straight
they
up?
did comply.
No, I mean just straight up, get out, stop recording, turn around, not even saying nothing.
I mean, I think it still would have probably went left.
Honestly, the world.
I don't think it would have went left all the way. I don't know. That's a
Like, do
good
you think
question.
somebody would have died at that point? Because
No.
I guess what I'm saying is, at this day and age, now, what is going to be the advice to the kid? Are you going to tell the kid, hey, if you get pulled over, start recording immediately, or not? Are you going to tell them to comply, or are you going to tell them to state your rights? What would you tell your own kid to do in that same situation if they were by themselves or if they were with a friend?
For me personally,
My son is told to shut up.
yeah, I got a 6-year-old now, so
Yeah,
once he
got
gets to
nothing to
that
say.
point, I'll just relay the message that my father told me. Just whatever they ask for, just respect whatever they ask for, do what they ask for, and deal with whatever happens later. Just so nothing escalates to whatever it is.
At the end of the day, we trying to make it
That's
home.
what my dad told me.
That's my goal, is to make it home.
I got a question, if that's okay with y'all?
It's not.
It's not. I'm not saying
To
it's
sit here
okay,
and
but
say, like,
is
I'm
it
just
really
trying to
worth
make it
dying
home.
over? Is a
But
real
y'all
question.
think about, the first thing comes to y'all mind when y'all get stopped is dying. Why do
Yeah,
y'all think that?
that's not
There's
supposed
cops
to be
out
the
there
average
that's
way.
actually.
Oh, no, I
I'm
don't
thinking
think
about
about-
going to jail. I'm thinking about anything. Ain't none of that
Yeah, I
worth
don't
me pulling
necess-
out a phone.
I don't
I
necessarily.
mean, it's not necessarily you pulling out a phone. You could be on the phone with your parents or friend.
Yeah, I have
Somebody
been on the
can
phone
hear
with my
it,
mom,
you know,
yeah, but I
like,
put the phone down, put it on speaker mode.
I
If he told me to hang the
personally
phone up,
gonna be on the
I'm
phone
sorry,
with
sir,
my
but
mama.
this is my mom. I'm a minor. I have the right.
I'm gonna be on the phone
Yeah,
with
I
my
just
so-
feel
mama.
like
or
We're not
people
really
feel
minor.
like
I
that's
ain't
the
been in trouble
right.
in a minute.
I mean, yes, that's the right thing to
I ain't
do.
been in trouble in a
You
minute.
comply by
You know,
all means, but
I was a kid.
if they are not abiding by the law, you should not have to I always feel, oh my gosh, the law's behind me.
Yeah, I don't
Yeah,
ever,
for sure.
I don't ever feel that. For me personally, I don't ever feel that way. If I see a cop or if I get pulled over, I already know, like, I'm gonna have my stuff in order. I'm gonna have my insurance already ready for him, so I ain't gotta reach. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna have. I have been on the phone with a parent. I've never recorded, but I have been on the phone with the parent just so they know what's going on. But I've never feared like, oh, if I do this, I'm gonna get shot or.
Yeah,
I don't think like that. You know what I mean? So.
You can't think like this.
Yeah.
You think
Well,
like that,
and you
that's
aren't
gonna be your
supposed to.
first.
Yeah, for sure.
I mean, yeah, you can't. I mean, me personally, if I get stopped by a cop, I'm not gonna think, oh, I'm gonna die. Or they
Yeah,
gonna
that's-
kill
No,
me.
I don't either, but
I do think all of
I'm gonna avoid all.
Yeah, that's the first
But,
thing
see,
I'm
but that, I feel like that's
yeah.
more of a guilty conscience though. That ain't.
Oh no, I know I'm going.
Yeah, that's more of a guilty conscience than you just getting pulled over and you know what I mean. But we're gonna wrap up for our first break. We've had good dialogue on this conversation about American Skin and some of our own personal opinions and thoughts that we have on cops pulling over you for whatever reason. When we get back from break, we will continue on with this hot topic and conversations. And continue with the comments as well. We're going to answer some of those comments as we get back on the show. We'll be back here shortly.
Stop me. Once upon a time, the people pleaser in me would hold back. So God said this message is much bigger than rap. It's been happening for years, we seen it across the map. The boomerang flow, me and Tom just brought it back. Preaching at people with no love. Stay looking at sinners with cold shrugs. The like-minded get met with warm hugs. Welcome to the circus, it's all good on the surface. If you don't agree, then throw a stone. All our houses made out of glass, I'm going home thinking, who's who? It's the attack of the clones. I'm at the final table when cards is being shown. Gotta keep my hands folded. Throw the deuces in, I can't hold them. School's out, we tired of being scolded. We know the rules, just hate the way that you told them. Stop me, oh, somebody stop me. Stop me, please, somebody stop me. Stop me, oh, somebody stop me. And Lord, if I'm doing it wrong, then please stop me. Stop me. Stop me. Stop me. And Lord, if I'm doing it wrong, then please stop me. Feels like the Cold War, but I ain't rushing, no. Slowing things down, no concussion, bro. And I already know I'm not untouchable. Just trying to give them less Cosby, more Huxtable. Samsung, a change is gonna come. Watching on my cell, they beating the same drum. Overcrowded cells and chains they can't run. It's 50 years later, where the change coming from? God said love your neighbor like you love yourself. But when a man wants a man, then he's on the shelf. She say she feel like a man and just wants some help. I guess it's easier to love him when there's someone else. So I apologize for the part of skies we've been wearing without solving this all inside. We don't mean no harm, we here to harmonize. Sound the alarm, it's time to cross the line. Stop me, oh, somebody stop me. Stop me, please, somebody stop me. Stop me, oh, somebody stop me. And Lord, if I'm doing it wrong, then please stop me. Stop me. Stop me. Stop me. And Lord, if I'm doing it wrong, then please stop me. I think it's time for me to turn the mirror around. I don't like what I see, I'm double blinking now. Visine, I mean, it's getting clearer now. The devil keeps talking, should I hear him out? I'm fighting to believe I'm free. Neo sparring with Morpheus, look where I bleed. Stings like a bee, I ain't there, I leap. People funnel the cake, the only fair I see. One for the money, two for the show. I do it for free if my grass will still grow. If I don't do it for three, then who do I do it for? I'm wrestling like Jacob, wondering what I'm made of. Every day that I wake up, I'm feeling less cushion. The logo's a button, I've been wanting you to push it. Standing at the edge, staring at the ground. Trying to keep my focus, it's a long way down. So stop me, oh, somebody stop me.
We back in?
Stop me, please, somebody stop me.
All right, y'all, we back into our second half of the show. We're gonna get deeper into the movie now. The first half we were talking about when the cops pulled them over originally and what happened after that with the child recording, them asking the father to come out, and just how we feel about our own personal experiences with us being pulled over or what's right or wrong. So now we're going to get deeper into the movie. Elijah, you want to lead this part or you want me to do it?
I'll do it. All right, where we going? We going to the second part of the movie when he first started the whole shenanigans, right?
Yeah, so we're going to go into, so if you've seen the movie, there's a part where he goes, so there's this group that wanted to make a film on his story, and they wanted to send it out to professors, or to their professors and have it, them review it or whatever, and it potentially or hopefully turns into a bigger thing. And then from there was a part where he had them drive to an unknown location, later to find out that the location was the commander-in-chief, the guy that's over the whole police department. They went to his house, and then he had them get in the front seat and drive, and he comes out with the commander-in-chief or whatever, and he's basically got him in handcuffs, basically in a handicap situation. Not handicap. What do you call it? Kidnapping situation. Yeah, thank you. And then from there, they're wondering like what is going on, and then they get to another location, and they're all trying to figure out what's going on, why is this happening, and then one of the students try to call the cops. He takes the phone and he says, I don't know if this is word for word, but to paraphrase, he basically says, y'all wanted a documentary. Here goes one. And then from there, he takes the cops, and then him and his friends go into the police department and basically start shooting up the whole police department while they have the commander-in-chief hostage, and they're hostage. And of course, the cops that are there are shooting back until it kind of de-escalates. So that's the part we're at now. So how do y'all feel about him taking matters into his own hands and basically saying it's an eye for an eye at this point situation, somebody got to die, or, you know, how do y'all feel about him taking that approach? Do you think he was right or wrong, or do you understand why he did that? Or if you were in that situation, you know, God forbid any of us have to ever deal with us losing a child, and whatever reason, you know what I mean? But how do y'all think he handled that situation?
I think he handled it not in a good way, but in a good way. He was just basically showing them, like, I'm finna show y'all what y'all did to me without law, so I'm finna make y'all lose something, like, you know?
Yeah.
Like but he went, I feel like I knew he wasn't gonna do it.
You
He was
did?
just
I thought he was
teasing
gonna
them.
bust a cap. I ain't gonna lie.
He
I
was
thought he was
just
gonna
teasing
pull
them.
When I
one
seen
right
him-
in the middle of his head.
When I
ain't
seen
gonna
the
lie.
previews, I kind of watched, because that was a question. I kind of watched it because I was thinking, okay, in the end, he gonna get revenge. But as you watched the movie, you could tell the man was more hurt by what happened than the justice. Now, with saying that, because first of all, he was totally irresponsible for putting them kids in harm's way. I don't care if you wanted.
Yeah, but the kids asked to be, they wanted a documentary.
They were kids? I thought they were in
They was
college.
in the whole shootout.
Well, they were in college. They
But
were in
still,
college.
you gotta understand.
They
And
was
they're
in
not
the whole
necessarily kids
shootout.
no more. They young adults.
He could have had
Dang,
somebody recording.
You right though. That's a great point though. They were
I'm
in college,
27
so
years old, and I still don't want to be in no shootout with
No,
no
I feel you.
no.
The one dude was like, hey, we here, we finna record. The other two was like, nah, we going home. We trying to go to the house.
Everybody's gonna do it. But and you got any comments on what Shakola?
Oh no, I agree with him. I think he was really just helpless, man. Like he was sitting on that couch feeling like he was nothing, like he said. And once you to that point, you'll do anything, man.
No, I agree. I think it took me back to I tell people this all the time. It's a line by Kendrick Lamar where he says, if somebody killed my son, that means somebody getting killed. Tell me what you do for love, loyalty and passion of all the memories collected, moments you can never touch. Like that part when he was on the couch, like that line like literally went through my head because I'm like, man, that's when it hit him like,
Yeah.
I ain't got nothing to lose at this
Yeah,
point, you know what I
yeah.
mean?
Right. That's why he told him. That's why I said I knew he wasn't gonna kill him because he was just trying to make him feel the same hurt that he had when he had him caught.
I think he was
wife and stuff.
conflicted though.
No, I don't. He wasn't gonna kill him. He was
I
not
don't
gonna kill him.
know. I think it was. I think in the beginning when they were in the interrogation room,
That was his
when
initial
they-
plan, but
yeah, I
as it went
think
along,
over time
mhm.
when he
he
allowed,
seen that he was just scared himself.
yeah, no, I think he had a lot of revelations within himself, because I think when they, like I said, when they were in the
This
interrogation
guy.
room, who me? No, for real, when they were in the interrogation room, he had the gun. I think if nobody would have, because I can't remember who said something, but somebody said something to him.
It
Like,
was a young boy.
It was the young boy. He was like, I can't remember exactly what he
I think he
said.
was like, "Don't do it," or
Yeah, I think at that point, I think he was about 95% there. Like, yeah, I just got to go and get it over with. But once the boy started to speak, I think it like he brought himself back into. I think he didn't know what the plan was. He just knew for sure I want to do this, and whatever happens after that, like happens.
I think I'm gonna agree with TC. I don't think he was ever gonna do it. I think he set out to make a point,
Yeah.
and
He
I
was trying to
think
prove a point
when his
that you
point-
hurt me. I'm
I mean,
finna
I
hurt
think
you.
we all missing the key fact that the gun had no bullets in it from the
None.
beginning.
Well, yeah.
From
and
the,
I think
from the
I
jump.
think he thought that he was gonna walk out of there.
No, he did have bullets.
And,
He never
When they
took a
first
shot.
went in there,
He
they
never
almost
took a
shot him.
shot, bro. I rewind. I had to watch it again.
So you saying when
He
they
never
always
took a
had
shot.
the ARs, he never shot?
He was the only one without any bullets. Everybody else behind him
He
was
did
shooting.
not load not one.
He never took a
He
shot.
didn't plan on. I don't think he planned on taking a shot. I thought he thought he was gonna make a point, walk out, and then
Yeah.
they'll try him, and the world will get to see this, that, and the third.
Right.
But he took a bullet on the way out to the head, and so my thing is now, should he have shot him?
Yeah.
That was like. Did you really accomplish anything if your kid got killed, and then you held everybody hostage, including the person who killed your kid, and then you died in the end too?
Well, of
Like-
course, he planned from the.
Now I'm not saying he should have. You know,
I don't
quote
know.
that on the air, but I'm just saying.
I
I'm
think
just
he
saying,
should
though.
have wounded him at least.
Wounded, look,
Yeah,
wounded for my transgression.
Wounded him,
Like, what?
Yeah, like give him a little shot in the.
I can tell you right now,
arm or
my son
something.
ain't arrived yet. If that was him and he died and he was looking down and I did all that and then I didn't shoot him when I made it up, he probably wouldn't even want to talk to me.
I'm just not comfortable saying what I really would have did. But my situation.
No,
would've-
we don't
would've
judge
went-
you. What do you think you would have done?
Boom,
Yeah,
shot
he
the
would
book.
have been gone. It wouldn't have been no.
That's fair.
It would have been no questions to it. It would have been dead and gone because for one, I believe that man knew that he was gonna die regardless. And
Which
and
one? The black guy or
The dad.
The dad. Okay.
He knew he was gonna
Ain't
die.
no way
It
he
wasn't no
said
way
that.
he was getting out
Dad,
of it.
You shot that whole police
In this
station
time,
up.
right? In this day, ain't no way you getting out of that. You already know.
Baby,
So you
you-
might well go with me.
Right.
Yeah.
Y'all
We go
finna go together,
together.
baby. You didn't kill my son. So you said bye to your kids and your wife. It's time to go. All three of us finna go.
I can agree with that. So what do you think about him having bringing the prisoners out, a few of them out, and then some of the whoever just got caught there, that got caught in
Teaching
the
them a
mix up.
lesson. That's all.
Do you think that was a good idea for him to have them be the juror?
Yeah, he wanted the jurors to
Now
be
at
unfair.
that point, I believe I'm with y'all 100%. He just wanted to make a point.
He
That,
proved his
like,
point, y'all.
Yeah,
Just
at that
really
point, but
just
before then, I
because
didn't
black.
I didn't know what he was gonna do. in all honesty.
I knew he wasn't gonna have them that like they already in jail. I mean, they can't do no worse than what they tell and go back to jail.
Everybody was kind of diverse though, because
Yeah.
you had the people that was on the sheriff's department that kind of had they side to tell versus good or bad. Because I seen a woman stand up for herself as well.
Yeah.
That was a Latino.
The black cop, the Latino cop.
Yeah,
correct.
and it was a
Woman
diverse
that
of people from
That man was out of control.
being in jail as well. I mean, they got to look at another standpoint.
Right.
So,
Yeah, that's good.
From their people on their side,
side
the people
so
that they're
they
against, you know?
judging or they looking at because it's simple to judge someone.
And that's why they had the little Mexican dude too, because he was showing just because
Yeah,
y'all
he
not
was
just
looking-
picking on black people, but y'all picking on Mexican people too.
So
White
do you,
people
so do
too.
you think he handpicked them for a reason, or he was just like, yo, this is what we got here. Just pick any 6 or 5, however many there was, have them come out and be the juror or whatever.
That's a hard one to tell.
Yeah, I would say I don't.
Well, I only asked that because of what you just said about the Latino.
Well,
So
I
that's
mean,
the only reason why I asked that, So do you think he handpicked that, or that was just one of those? Because like I said, I don't think he had a plan. He just went with
Yeah.
whatever
Whatever he
happened.
had.
And I
You know what I'm
think that was
saying?
probably like the top 4 people, because didn't he like go through like their police reports and stuff like that? I think
Maybe
seen
that
the
was the only
report.
people that was there.
Right.
Yeah,
At the
but
time.
that's why I'm asking.
Or
So,
maybe he just wanted to have a trial and just let the people
Right.
well, I
decide.
believe he just wanted to have a trial.
I mean, if he really wanted to be unfair, he brought, 5-6 people with him. He could have just put his homeboys. I think he
Up
wanted
on
it to
the
be a little
stand.
even, like
Yeah.
you said. I think he wanted it to be a little even, so it wouldn't just be like, we walked in here to kill you. I think he
Right.
wanted it to be a little even.
And the fact that he still did that, that's how you know really didn't, he had a heart.
Yeah.
Yeah, he
'Cause
had a
if I
heart for
had-
sure.
If I had,
I wouldn't have no
I
heart
wouldn't
to
say a
kill my
gang.
child.
If I had a group full of men that was ready to put out their life on the line for me at that point, it would have been over with. As soon as we stepped in the building and did the little shootout, it wouldn't have been no trial, no nothing.
So there was a part in there where, and I want to ask all 3 of y'all this, and I'll answer myself. There's a part in the movie where the cops and the dad are kind of going back and forth with the whole, like, we did racially profile in this situation. Then you had the other cops basically talking about the black on black crime. And then you had one of the prisoners, the one who had the what do you call it, the whatever on his head. He came back and was like, well, what about white on white crime?
Right.
How did y'all feel about them having that open dialogue of like, yo, this is what's really going on, and they all had an answer for whatever someone else said, regardless if it was the cop saying something or it was the people saying something. What did y'all think about that? Because I felt like in that moment, for me, that was a very powerful, like, scene in that
A
movie.
much needed conversation.
Because it's like everybody always wants to hear what the cops have to say. Now, of course, they're acting, but at the same time, you can kind of feel like in that moment, I'm sure when they were recording, like you could feel like the intensity in that moment. You know what I mean? So what did y'all think about that little moment that they had?
That's hard to explain.
I think it was a much needed conversation. The circumstances of the kidnapping obviously is not real, but the problems, the police brutality, all that stuff is real. So for, like you said, if cops are watching this movie, they actually get a chance to sit down and think about what they do on a daily basis.
Right.
They actually get to sit down and look at their protocols and realize that half the cop protocols are racist. Not saying that the cops are racist, but their protocols are very racist.
They meant to defend themselves when they
It's
not
like a
supposed to defend
tradition.
themselves.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like it's a tradition. It's a brainwashed tradition because just like at the end of the movie, it kind of serves no purpose. Because I'm thinking, I promise the reason I love the movie is because it ended the way it did. Because I did not expect that. I did not believe no shot to the head. That was the last thing that I really expected. So they know what they do.
Right.
It's not.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. They
It's
do.
not like
Now
let's
you
bring
think-
it to
right.
your attention. Hey, it's like it's front and center, and it doesn't matter if you brought it to their attention or not. Just like
They still gonna do
when
what
he
they
died, they showed a 2-minute clip of him. They went on to Joshua just won the basketball league. I don't know what they was.
No, for
it was
sure.
a 2-second clip of him dying and what he did for his justice. It didn't matter. Didn't matter at all.
I agree. So I'm gonna read through some of the comments. I really like what Amelia said, because I think this is another piece that can be really dug into, but we don't have much time. But I just want to read the comment. Amelia said, it's funny to me how the Latino cop couldn't understand black people's plight, but was engaged at the Latino inmate who he presumed to be in jail for gang drug-related offenses.
Right.
What did y'all think about that? Yeah, because I did notice at first he was real calm and collected, you know what I'm saying? But as soon as the Latino was saying whatever he was saying in Spanish, that really like got deep in his soul.
But was he Latino?
Yeah,
Yeah.
the one that was sitting next to,
You talking about the one that was being very disrespectful?
yeah,
Right.
him. And then remember, huh?
Because he was white passing.
Yeah, he
Yeah.
was white passing. And then the Latino with the tattoos started speaking in
Yeah,
and,
telling
and,
him
and
that he was
Latino,
wrong.
whatever. Yeah, and they were going back and
Yeah,
forth.
Because
you-
I feel like he was just trying to be on his friend's side. He
I-
wasn't really like trying to understand what he was saying. Like he didn't want to get it. He didn't care.
He didn't care.
I
But
like
it's
I
only
like
for
the
Latino.
comment by Mac. He said, I would have went a different route. My beef would have been with the officer. If you think about a lot of stuff that's happening today, you always see like maybe a kid or a person gets shot, a black male, and it's like really one officer always doing the dirt in most cases. The other officers are there, but they just kind of hanging around, and they got their own little code. You ain't gonna just go against your officer like in front of everybody. You know, that's how you handle it, but they don't do anything to stop it in most cases. So
Right.
would you think like, and I'm just asking,
For sure.
how do you think it'll turn out if in these cases like this, every time one of these cops pop one of these black folks for no reason when they could have handled it different, don't just go pop anybody, just pop that same cop. He out of there.
Right.
Like
eye
I
for
know
an eye?
that's gonna start a war, right? At some point, right? But would it start a war or would it end one? You understand what I'm
It's only
saying?
gonna start. But before, I don't want to go too
No.
deep into it, but I know
Because look at all where I guess the problem with blacks is black people are still trying to find justice, which seems like they are never getting it. I mean, like every one of these situations, they're never getting it. You can just if you tune into the news, I can give you 4 or 5 cases right now where blacks are just killed, and the trial, the guys keep getting off. You know, nobody's gonna be convicted. Nobody's gonna be this. You got folk going into black folks' homes, killing them, shooting them through their people in the house. So this not even just about the car. Like we've heard stories over the past 2 years of blacks getting shot in the car, blacks getting shot for giving you a handgun license, saying they're approved to have it. Blacks getting shot while they're in the house eating ice cream. Blacks getting shot while they're in the house with their kids. You know what I mean? So it's like there's no safety anywhere. So you depending on the judicial system. Is it gonna become a time where blacks stop depending on justice and start taking matters into their own hands?
Have you ever heard the saying, if you didn't have fear in the world, you'll have, dang, what is it? If you didn't have fear in the world, it would be no justice. It's like, if you didn't have fear, people would be going around killing people with no consequences to any of their actions, or they'll just be pure right evil just because they know nothing's gonna happen. So I feel like
I don't
that
know,
is
'cause that's a long road. We can really go down that one.
it is, but I
But that's
feel
a good question, though.
I feel like that. I feel like black people are scared because if it came a time so where, okay, if a police officer killed a black person and that family goes and kill the cops, and that starts to happen more and more and more, they're gonna say, hey, you know, I ain't finna go pop that one right there. They gonna come back and kill me.
Would it at least make, if you're a police officer and you pull somebody over, it's gonna make you think twice?
Think twice.
No, for sure.
You have no consequences. You know,
Right.
hey, you know, if I kill him, I might get 2 months off probation, but they
Yeah,
gonna
2
pay
months.
me.
So,
It's-
so before we go into our spill the beans, I do want to answer your question, Robinson. So you said, would it start a war or end a war? I believe it would start a war, simply off something like that has happened before. So there was Dave Chappelle talked about it in one of his most recent stand-ups where a guy got his somebody got killed or whatever. So he went and retaliated and just started busting open on cops in the street or whatever. And then sooner or later, the cops started to like form and wanted to retaliate, and basically it was going to be an all-out war. And then that ended up stopping it. So to answer your question, I think it's going to lead to war no matter what.
So then my question on that is, are we already in a war and blacks just not
Yes.
fighting back?
Yes.
Oh, that's been the case.
Definitely.
Like, you understand what I'm saying?
'Cause it's gonna be
Yeah.
a war regardless.
Like, is it already a war and we're the only ones not weaponizing ourselves, not taking action? You understand what I'm
For
saying?
sure.
That's just something to think about.
For sure.
You know, just saying that if it's a war going on right now, because it seems like we always on the other side of it, man, could it be that we just not fighting in the war? We just,
We losing
You know
all
what I
the
mean?
way, all the way
Okay.
around.
but let's get ready for our spill the beans, man. That's a good topic,
So-
man. We could talk about it so long.
I feel like we had great dialogue on American Skin, the movie. How it ended, basically, he had the cop call his family, which I thought was very intriguing. He had the cop call his family, his wife and his kids, so he could tell them buy whatever because he thought it was about to die. He basically lets him go. They have this, I don't want to say intimate moment, but it was very like emotional. The energy was very like emotional in that situation. He basically gives up and then he's gonna walk out. The cops basically kill him before he even walks out the door, shot him in the head. That's the end of the movie. You should go check it out on Prime Video or Amazon Prime. Go check out American Skin, which is a great movie. It has a lot of information in there, and please don't be quick to anger, be more quick to understand our perspectives and this and that. Well, we're gonna go into our spill the beans. Elijah, I'm gonna let you start this one off. So our spill the beans is we talk about basically we give up something that's about us, like that the regular person wouldn't know. Let me play this song. So of course it ain't gotta be too crazy. Say whatever you're comfortable with, like whatever has bothered you this week or in the past. Like you speak about that like situation, then you give your opinion or whatever on whatever you're dealing with, and then that's it. So Elijah is the one, he's the controversial one with the spill the beans topic. So take his lead. I don't know how crazy he gonna be this week, but take his
Not
lead.
too crazy.
And we're gonna start our spill
I got
the
a
beans.
I got a question for Mac since he already on here, Mr. Mac
Mac
Daddy.
is pastor.
Mac Daddy. Nah, that's Pastor. He ain't no Mac Daddy. I'm sorry, Pastor. But my spill the beans, Pastor. We're taught about Greek mythology in school, right? Zeus, god of the ocean. Is it a sin to believe in Greek mythology? Because that's basically like believing that there's many gods, but there's only one God, right? What y'all think about this? I'm sorry. Pastor, I need a comment though. I need it real quick. You ain't got time to research.
So what's the question? Is it wrong?
Greek mythology, like Zeus. Do you believe like there is a god of water, god of earth?
If I believe in it, then that means I don't believe in
Does it though?
Christianity. Yes, because Christianity says that God has all the power. He controls the wind. He controls nature, the time, all of that. So if you're saying that, if I believe that there's a Zeus or I can't remember the other ones, but those who have their own constricted power to whatever it is, then there is quote unquote no God as far as all seeing, all power God.
All right,
Because-
Elijah, your question has been answered. You got Mac on the phone.
Pastor, go ahead. Don't hold too long.
Hello?
Yeah, we here. Go ahead. Answer Elijah's question about Greek mythology, and
In 30 seconds or less.
if you believe in Zeus, does that mean you don't?
Easy. There's only one God. Period.
I get this, Pastor. So should we try to take this out of schools, or is it something that they should still learn about?
Well, there's a lot of stuff in school we shouldn't have in school. So the public school does a lot of stuff, Big Bang Theory, other theories. But yeah, there's only one God.
You don't believe in the Big Bang?
Hey,
Pastor?
Big Bang Theory, that's another one.
Bet that up. All right,
yeah, that was good. Yeah,
Pastor, for
yeah.
All
calling
right,
in.
thank you, Pastor.
We're gonna see what says Spill the Beans is today.
Mr. Cedric,
Y'all want to go, or y'all want me to go second?
I'm not sure how it works. We gotta pick somebody off the screen.
No. He just did that.
yeah, that was just
So
personal.
my spill the beans is, man, we've had a lot of crazy ones. My spill the beans is, you know what? I found out today that mothers who have multiple kids are gonna get like $5,600 on this next. You know, I'm really.
Next subject.
No. This really is bothering my soul right now. What, you know what I'm saying? So my spill the beans is, why do y'all feel like y'all need all that money? Like, okay, so let me ask you.
And they ain't gonna split it with the daddies.
Hold on,
Why should it be
hold on.
up for debate?
Wait. So I wouldn't say this is my issue, but this is my spill the beans. So I learned today that parents who have, or single mothers who have more than one child is going to receive $5,600 in this next stimulus package. So,
One more so I can get this.
so, oh my God. So, my
do it, it
question
ain't
to you, to the women, you have one child. You said you have two.
Mm-hmm.
So, is the father of your children?
We have the same father.
Okay, so
Same every day.
okay,
Yeah.
that's fine. So, is he very active in the child's life?
Yes.
Do y'all plan on giving him any of that money?
Yes.
I don't like that yet.
Ooh, I ain't never heard that one.
I mean, the last one he always takes. I always give him my 2-year-old
I mean,
check.
but I didn't get the first couple stems. But when I got my income tax, I blessed this little game.
Bless his little-
Dang, that's nice,
Yeah.
bro.
Okay, no, I respect
What was
that.
they
Like,
at
that's
20
very
years ago?
honorable because most women taking that money and you know what I'm saying, doing whatever they want to do
Oh
with
no,
it.
because if
But I
we
really
need
got-
him, he gonna come
Right.
through. Yeah. So I mean, I got my taxes today. We blessed this. Yeah.
Okay, hey, that's very honorable.
Man,
See, shout out to the black queens.
You throwing
You know?
Y'all
You're
making some
throwing
baby
slugs.
daddies real mad right now. There's some baby daddies mad right now. What?
Shout out, no, just not black queens, but in all seriousness, shout out to all women who allow their child to be in their life, but also will go back and, you know what I'm saying, as they say, bless the game of the father who is being in the child's life and this and that. That's very honorable of women who do that. That's my spill of beans. And to the women who ain't doing that, y'all some selfish son of a guns. I'm gonna leave it at
She
that.
ain't gonna split it with you.
We ain't even touched that. 'Cause we gonna have to talk off camera on that one. I'm gonna give it to
Nah, I'm
you,
with
Taya.
you. Mine don't spend money.
And what's your beans you want to spill?
Dang.
I ain't never got no.
Hey man,
Income
we in the
tax.
same. We both
Yeah.
rowing the same
Y'all
boat,
ain't got
dog.
no good baby mama.
None at all.
We ain't even gonna. We ain't
Y'all
gonna
need to get
touch
out the
that.
boat with them.
We got some
We ain't even gonna touch that. What's your beans you want to spill?
This mad situation. The
Okay.
mask. I don't feel like we should be able to take our mask off.
Oh no, shawty.
You feel we should?
Bro, I'm ready, man.
I mean, yeah,
You got
ready
your
to take
vaccine?
it off
I'm
because
ready,
you can't,
bro.
but you gotta think about it. You ready to take it off because before you can breathe, but we don't know what this is out here.
I'm ready,
They
bro.
claim it's just the flu, but I mean, you
The
can catch it.
controversial one right here, ain't it? What
I don't feel like that's right.
He goes against the grain.
Who,
All
him?
of it.
Yeah.
Oh, for sure.
Man, I
mean,
think
am
he
I
did
the
it
one to
right.
think
It's
that?
not like a law to where you can't wear it. If it's your choice. If you
I
want to
mean,
wear it,
right
wear
is
it.
your choice, but it's really not your choice.
No, it
Because
is.
the governor, okay, yeah, cool, you gotta take it out. But you gotta understand some of these business still gonna make you do it. You know, they still
That's my
want their
thing.
safety.
Yeah, they need to take these signs down. Talking about
No,
some
that's just safety.
face mask required.
That's
Hey man,
safety.
let me get some gas.
So do you-
without my face mask?
So do you
please?
feel? I feel like if you've been vaccinated, you should have that right. But if you haven't, then like you need to wear that mask.
Well, I
Well,
feel
why?
like
How we know vaccination work? How you know?
Well,
I would
how we
never
know the
get
flu shot work?
I don't.
How
I
we
ain't
know
never
any
had-
of these shots work?
I ain't never had the flu
Exactly.
shot. and I
Yeah, so
ain't
that's what I'm
been
saying.
vaccinated.
At least if you've gotten the shot, then you should
How
have.
you know they
quote,
didn't put
unquote.
they didn't put the symptoms in them, hoping they antibodies
What-
back it?
Basically,
Fight it
that's-
off, and now they really got it.
Right.
hey, we don't know, but
If they
I'm just
before they
giving,
really got it
I'm
now.
just giving my opinion on
Nah,
what I
feel
feel.
like we still should be able to wear masks regardless if you got the
Symptoms or
vaccine
not.
or not.
So you saying this should still be the law to everybody got to wear a mask?
I mean, until they figure out what's really going on, cause y'all don't know. We don't nobody know what this is going on.
I don't think we ever will know.
Right. Watch
So
watch
just-
the
So you think?
Simpsons.
So you
The
feel
Simpsons tell you
forever?
everything.
Live your
But
life,
if we
man.
20 years
I
down the
don't know.
line dealing with COVID,
We still gonna be wearing
we
masks.
need to be wearing masks 20
You
years down the
gotta
line.
be dealing with something. They giving out too much money for it not to be nothing.
Just
Right.
like
Free
yeah, I
money
get
ain't-
it, but
they
just
ain't never
like
gave me nothing
just like
since I
when-
was 1 year. They want to give me
I
something
feel like
now.
I feel like there has to
it's
be
something
a.
real big.
I agree, but I feel like there has to be sooner or later there has to be like a what's the name? Just like when HIV and stuff like that first came out,
Right, but-
condoms and all that was more on the like front line, like to prevent this. You know what I'm saying? I feel like eventually we'll get to that. Like
Condoms don't prevent nothing.
Can I ask you? Yeah, I was gonna say that. So if you really think about it,
yeah,
if
they
you
do.
really think about it, if
Continue.
99.9%, right? They say
There's-
condoms.
There's no cure for anything.
99.9% COVID-19
I mean,
vaccine.
we know it's a cure for it, but there's no cure for nothing. If there
Give
was
us a Shaco. Shaco, give us a code. We got to wrap it up.
okay,
We a minute behind. Give us a good one. Give us some beans.
Okay,
I
so
want some pinto.
it's two. It is pinto beans, is it?
No, that
Okay.
means no pinto beans. Oh my God.
It was feeling like okay. So okay, I got two aspects of the question. How do y'all feel about the kids still being home school? Because okay, so when you do 12 years of school and you go to college and your classes are due by 12 p.m. at night. You have all your classes, they give you your assignments, and you basically watch videos, attend classes, and do it on your own. If it take you 12 years to do that, how is a fourth grader doing that? Then for two, I want to see how do you believe a kid's supposed to focus on what they're good at? Let's say they're good at math and science and football. Do you focus more on that or try to make him great at everything because that's it, he has, you know, every curriculum?
You want me to answer that first?
Yeah.
Okay, I'll go first. I think he should be seasoned with everything, every curricular. But if he's just bombing math and science, then we finna try to max them two out.
Right, I feel like that should
But I
be your
want him
main
to know.
focus, but you should also learn everything else. Don't
For
just
sure.
put everything else to the side. Just
Yeah.
excellent
That's
at
basically
math.
what I'm saying.
Yeah.
You know everything, at least be knowledgeable about everything. But if you good at math and science, and them two basically correlate, then we finna max them two out. And when I say max them out, I mean we finna put you in other stuff that's dealing with science and math. But we're not finna ignore language arts, social studies, and all that other stuff because you need to know that as well. But if you A plus in math and science, we finna put you in all the science departments and all that
ask
stuff.
that is I love math and I love science, and my son does too. However, when I got older, I wanted to be a nurse and then it went to party planning. But I've always been able to draw. I've always been able to, you know, put things together. And when I was younger, you know, I really focused on trying to keep all my grades up so I ain't had to go home and get no whooping versus trying to focus on, hey, I like art.
For sure.
Because they not looking at, oh, you passed
Yeah.
art with 100. Oh, your teacher gave you that. You know.
For sure. But you got any, Elijah, you wanna go comment on what you said?
Well, I'm from
Coming on the
Minnesota,
other
so
side-
that's
coming on the
it's
other
kind of
subject,
different
too.
here. In Minnesota, you at a young age, like in elementary school, you can go ahead and go to a quote unquote major to where, let's say your son is good at math, he knows he want to be a scientist or whatever. You can enroll him in, you know, basically scientist school at elementary level. So all he will learn is scientist stuff. He'll become like, kind of like how China does it. You pick what you want to do, occupation, you learn that occupation, that's it. Here is, you gotta learn everything, and when you get older, half the stuff you learn, you just cut off. It don't even matter no more.
Right.
So I don't know. At school, it's kind of a scam. I had to come here. I came here when I was in middle school, so that wasn't my choice.
Yeah, and then how is a fourth grader managing a college schedule basically?
Right.
Yeah.
I mean, at this point, we're all forced into dealing with.
Because by the
Stuff
time
we
they get older, they
didn't
gonna
know
need to
we
be
were-
some engineers or some robotics. 'Cause
Exactly.
my son can work a computer like I barely be understanding.
I feel like it's
what-
I feel like it's a blessing in disguise in a sense, because even as we get ready to wrap up, I had to sit with my son for 2 weeks and basically make sure he follow his curriculums and stuff like that, and that stuff was even just taxing. Just watching him
Yeah.
do it, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, for
And-
sure.
And if he needed help, of course I helped him. But I feel like it's only preparing them already for the future, because that's what they're gonna go into anyways. You know what I'm saying? Especially when you get into the college schedule and stuff like that. So I feel like they'll be way more prepared as far as the scheduling side goes than we ever were, because we were put in a situation where we had to deal with, you know, online classes and this and that, because practically that's what they're doing, online classes with a teacher, you know what I'm saying? But that's all we have for our show today. Thank you all for tuning in. We had great dialogue. about American Skin and police brutality, all that good stuff. And then we had our Spill the Beans subject. I would like to thank Miss Shacole and Miss Taya, correct Taya, on coming on to our show. They were a little bit nervous at first, but you know, we started talking about babies getting killed. You know,
They got highly
babies.
opinionated.
You know what I'm saying? And I know, right? They started to speak up, and they but y'all did a really good job today. We thank y'all for spending time with us on this Tuesday night on our show and giving y'all's opinions and y'all's presence on today's show. Before we leave, I don't want to forget Matthew 7:12. The scripture for the show is, "Do unto others as you will have them do unto you. For this is the law of the prophets." Which really means if you want me to respect you, please respect me. Because if you don't, I'm going to give you the same energy you're giving me. That is the young person's term or the young adult's term. As I say, thank you all for tuning in to Confessions of a Young Adult. I'm your main host, Cedric Carter. Then I have my co-host.
No mask, peasy.
And then we have our guest again, Miss Shacole, Yahweh, and Miss Taya. Thank y'all for coming on to our show and spending time with us on tonight. Maybe we'll try to get y'all back on in the future and we have another great dialogue. Thank y'all again for coming on to CYA. Peace and love to you all. Thank you all for tuning into our show.